Damn.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was a.
This week's videos are sponsored by Prizepicks, the easy-to-use fantasy sports betting app. More on them in just a bit. The end is here, people.
Oh.
The finale for Invincible. Aaron, are you excited to destroy Earth today?
Let's go. I'm beyond excited. Oh, things went down. We got super punches that are like airbenders by Thragg, and I'm ready to see what kind of stuff goes down on Earth. It's too early to cuss in the video. I'm super hyped. You ready?
I'm ready. What were all these comments in the last video about calling Thragg a fraud? Like, that was the word, fraud. Is this a thing, kids?
I don't know.
Fraud.
Fraud? I don't know.
A fraud as a fake or something.
Interesting. I didn't want to look at the comments. I don't want to get spoiled.
So many of the comments were of like fraud, slander, and I was like, why is this specific word fraud here? Is this a thing kids say now?
I don't know. But let us know in other forms other than the comments, because I don't want to get spoiled. Spoilers be out there. People be putting stuff out there. So yeah, let us know in other forms of media, DMs or whatnot.
Anyway, I thought it was a great episode.
It was great, and this one's hopefully just as great, if not more.
All right, let's make a Viltrum great.
Ooh, well, that music's so ominous. Oh, there's like 8 of them left.
King!
Wow. Okay, Thragg's aura farming with his cape in the wind of space where there's no wind. Clearly has his own gravitational field, since according to the last episode. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh damn.
Oh my God. Give Earth a break, brother.
That's what Conquest did, but now there's so many of them doing it.
Oh, this is going to be devastation on a new level. Oh no.
It seriously sucks to live in this world of Invincible.
Eve, you gotta get it together, girl. We gotta have that baby and get our powers back and help the cause. Oh, Lord.
God, it's an apocalyptic level. It's flooding and fire.
That's the face of a man who has nothing to lose.
Mark?
What?
You need to stop worrying and sleep.
I don't need to.
There's nothing we can
Is
do
it a
until we
dream?
get home.
Or an imagination scenario?
We're not even sure Thragg's there.
And where else would he be?
I don't know.
He dreams cool, though.
He does dream very cool.
One question. What exactly is the plan if the Viltrumites are on Earth?
You really can't do anything to stop them.
Ah, I see. Great.
I look dumb.
You looked dumb before. Now you look regal.
I liked your outfit before.
Hey, this is really serious. I got big shoes to fill, even if they just, wore those weird slipper things and not.
You'll be fine. It's just overseeing the defense of a few hundred planets, myriad civilizations, and trillions of lives.
Oh, God.
Decisions that affect the entire galaxy and everyone in it.
No pressure.
And what if, hypothetically, someone found that level of responsibility, uncomfortable?
Daunting.
Thetis wouldn't have chosen you as his successor if he didn't believe in you. And I wouldn't have let you accept if I didn't believe in you.
Thank you.
Come on, everyone's waiting for your inauguration.
I'm sure kissing with them is better because they don't have noses.
You memorized your speech, right?
Speech?
Speech.
You're quite the orator.
So, I've been thinking, if we do have to fight a bunch of Viltrumites when we get home, I figure we can use my space station as a base of operations.
Hey.
Not a bad idea.
We could search for them from orbit and then try to take them out one by one. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm ready for anything.
Appreciate your tenacity.
Or, and just spitballing here, we could let them have Earth. I mean, who really liked that place anyway? Kind of a shithole, am I right?
All hail Thragg.
Just join the other side then.
Attention, everyone. We're entering Earth's solar system.
Finally.
Oh, so you were listening.
What?
How long?
To Earth, approximately 10 minutes.
Okay, here's the plan.
Oh, wow.
The ship will stop behind the moon, and we'll drop down to Earth as quietly as we can. If Thragg and his people are there, we'll send the ship back to Telescria. Then organize a resistance and wait for reinforcements.
Oh, he's on. He's going for it.
Okay. Oh, impulsive Mark. He's like, yeah, I got stakes there. My mom's there. My girlfriend's there.
It looks fine from here.
Oh, God. I don't have good feelings. Everything is too normal. I don't like it, Greg. Even though I should.
Maybe Thragg won't show up this episode.
Yeah, this is going to be another regular day. And it's going to be where we just catch up with Earth characters.
Could just be setting up the next season.
Yeah, nothing crazy is going to happen.
That's not exactly dropping in quietly.
They're not here. They're not here.
That's good.
I mean, they're not here now.
Yes.
Now that we're back on Earth, where the hell is Cecil?
Oh my God. I thought,
I'm okay. It's okay.
where's Oliver?
We had to leave before he woke up.
What do you mean before he woke up?
Yeah, you can't just leave with that, Mark.
He got hurt, but he's in good hands. They're taking care of him.
Who's taking care of him?
Kind of got his jaw ripped off.
He's gonna be fine, but we were worried that...
No, it's just got to be imagination.
Yeah, I feel like it is. Totally
This
is.
is the smallest repayment for what you did to us.
No, he's just traumatized.
We were worried the Viltrumites might have come here, so we couldn't wait for him.
Mm-hmm.
What happened out there?
Mom, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But I need to see Eve first. Dad's outside. He's going back to Telescria to be with Oliver tomorrow. So if there's anything you want to say to him.
Get back with me.
Baby, come back.
What were you thinking? You let Oliver get hurt?
Oliver was so brave. Mark would have made you proud. Both of them gave everything to save the lives of people they'll never even meet. Debbie, it broke my heart to see him hurt.
You need to have a heart to have it broken.
Stop.
Oh, that's terrifying.
You can't be doing some shit like that, Omni-Man.
Stop treating me like you don't know me, please.
That's because what she knows about you is what's making you scary right now.
Yeah.
You need to give me a chance to make things right.
No.
Does she?
I don't need to do anything for you.
I know, but you will.
How dare you?
You believe in rehabilitation, in second chances.
I need you to believe in me.
But I always loved how strongly you fought for it. You thought you knew me, and you did, even if I was hiding.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
But everything's changed since then. Please let me show you who I am now.
Is she gonna? Is she buying into this? I believe him, but does she believe him?
I don't know where you're sleeping, but it's not here.
It's really hard to forgive genocide.
Yeah, it's kind of a biggie.
Eve, are you home? Eve?
Mark!
Eve.
I thought...
Oh, she's thicker.
Composure. Yes, that's what happens when you're pregnant for a while. Angstrom's going to come back.
Where's the baby?
All I noticed was how much I missed you.
And you're glowing.
I missed you
Despite
too.
you're not able to glow your powers.
But where is the baby, though? And why have you not told him?
Eve,
Yeah?
I'm not sure I'm okay.
What do you mean?
The Viltrumites, they're just out there somewhere.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let that go.
But you said there's not that many of them, right? With the Guardians and Cecil and everyone else, would...
If they decide to come here, it won't make a difference.
It took one Viltrumite to wipe out all the Guardians.
Yeah.
Quantum components are in superposition.
Quantum!
We're ready.
Eye protection, please. 5, 4, 3, 2.
The Flash!
Cecil, it worked!
Help from another dimension?
Oh,
How come other dimensions always attract weird tentacle monsters?
no. Reminds me of the portal from the Villain Neighborhood Spider-Man, where Venom was coming out like this.
Yeah, that's what I mean, tentacle monsters.
Donald, shut it down!
Put it down. Donald, you're a robot, brother. You shouldn't be scared.
Red lever.
Donald!
Red lever, yellow lever.
Nice.
That also works. That is an option.
I told you, transdimensional physics is not my area of expertise.
You don't say. That's the second fuck-up we've had this month.
Yeah.
We're trying our best.
And I'm calling off the search. It's too dangerous. Robot and Monster Girl will have to find their own way home.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was the thing we were playing with before.
Like 5 or 6 episodes ago, yes. Forgot all about that.
You blew up their entire planet? Isn't that kind of extreme?
We didn't have much of a choice.
But where are they going to go now if they don't have a home?
That's the problem. We don't...
I don't think they're showing up this episode. I'm pretty sure we're just setting up a lot of season for the next season.
I feel like they are. Something is going to happen.
I think that's why they keep showing all these visuals he keeps having.
No, I feel like they're going to do this, and then eventually it's going to be real. Woof.
Mark?
Hey, we're here. It's okay. Come on, let's go sit down for a minute.
Oh, how dizzy. It's so vivid the way he's imagining these things.
Yeah.
He's still processing whatever happened to him out there.
How can you tell?
Because I've seen that look before.
Where?
The mirror.
Yeah, there, that one. That's the word.
Apparently they changed William's voice actor. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's Ezra Miller now.
You feeling any better?
A little.
Believe it or not, today's the most I've flown since you left. I missed it.
Just glad your powers are working again.
Mark?
But is there something else you have to tell him?
What?
I know what happened with my powers.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you lose it?
They weren't working because my body was going through some changes.
Like what?
There's something I need to tell you.
Eve, you can tell me anything.
Did you not imagine there would be consequences for everyone you love?
Oh, man, he is scary.
Yeah, they're going to keep faking us out until it's real.
Mark?
It's okay.
Are you sure?
What were you gonna say?
Mark, I had an abortion.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh.
I was feeling that. I was so worried that was the case.
I was pregnant, Mark, and I found out just before you left.
I don't...
Please, let me. I need to say it all first, okay?
Oh, man.
I didn't tell you because I wanted you thinking about coming home alive, not this. And when you were gone, I was so alone. And the thought of going through everything by myself, I made a decision. I don't know. Oh, my God.
That's very real of them to do that.
Eve.
Aww.
Sorry I did this to you. I should have been here. I love you.
I hope in the future they can try again.
Me too. You felt it immediately that she had...
That was my main concern, yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
I don't blame Eve.
No, makes perfect sense.
I really don't.
how are you doing?
I should be asking you that.
Mark.
No, don't try to make me feel okay about this. I got you pregnant, and then I wasn't here for you, and you had to...
I got through it. It's okay.
It's not okay. I wasn't here.
Oh, man.
I was just making things worse out there. All we did was give them nothing to lose. It's like there's this bomb that's gonna go off somewhere. If they never come to Earth, once we find them, I'm gonna have to go back out there and fight them again and not be here. Oh, God.
Wow, what a real...
I can't do this to you. It's not fair.
That's such a a more adult version of like being a superhero in your personal life.
Mark, stop. I know what could happen to you, or me, or anyone else. I've lost people. People I loved more than anything.
It's true, and they're special.
I know the risks, and I know at some point it's gonna hurt worse than I've ever been hurt before.
Wow.
But not being here, not trying, not taking those risks with you, that's not how I want to live. You just need to make the same choice. And then we can do this together, even if sometimes we're apart. Hey, you know what? Maybe it'll be me off in space for 10 months next time.
Okay.
10 months. Wow.
Mark?
Mr. Grayson?
Just Nolan, please. Mark, the ship's almost done installing the sensor network. After that, I'm heading back to Telescria to check on Oliver and continue the search for... I'm sorry, Debbie. I was just leaving.
Good, because you're taking me with you.
What?
What kind of parent would I be if I wasn't there for Oliver?
Oh, wow.
I don't know how long I'll be gone, so all the bills are on autopay. I love you both very much. Stay safe until I'm back.
Are you sure about this?
Damn, that is bold.
You think I'm the only one of us who can't go to another planet?
No, I mean...
That's bold, Debbie.
Very, very bold.
I would do it for you. Oliver's no different. I'll see you soon.
Aww.
I'm ready. Call the ship, or shuttle, or whatever.
The ship can't land. It can come down into our atmosphere, but I'll have to...
Carry you.
Fine.
Tell Oliver I miss him.
You're going to fall back in love.
I mean, what's 2,031 lives?
If you need to get in contact with us, Cecil can send a message through the warning system. Otherwise, I'll let you know when we find Thragg.
The reluctant pickup.
What just happened?
Wow, the interpersonal conflicts here are so uncomfortable.
The long-range monitoring sensors are calibrated and ready to be activated.
Turn them on, then plot us a course back to Telescria, and let's get going.
Sir.
We're about to leave orbit. The view through the main screen is really spectacular, if you'd like to see it.
Fine. Oh.
I can't say I'm happy about this, Mark.
Me neither.
Seems like you and your dad just kicked the hornet's nest without getting rid of all the bugs.
Yeah, I know.
Would you consider doing a debrief with Donald, so at least we know what might be coming our way?
Of course.
We'll figure it out, kid. The whole world will get behind us on this.
Okay, all right. We've done this 5 times now. I don't believe it anymore.
What if this is the real one?
How many times can trauma call wolf?
Oh, hey, Mark.
Oh, man.
Donald!
It's, just
This is
hold
very
on.
scary and feels very visceral. Shout out Andrew.
You know how a long time ago you said you had people I could talk to? Professionals?
Yeah?
Mental health advocacy.
Of course. We'll take care of it. We can do the debrief in a few days. Donald, why don't you give Mark a lift home?
He's not even mad about Conquest. Didn't even care.
Didn't even bring it up.
Just been sitting here?
I've lived in this house my entire life. It's never been this quiet.
Yeah.
I bet that feels strange. You should go out for a flight. No destination, not looking for trouble, just a flight.
I don't want to.
Like a little run.
That's exactly why you should.
You come with me, baby?
God, it'd be so amazing to fly.
I would want to so bad.
That'd be such an incredible feeling.
Some distant place you would rather.
It's a nice song. What is this song?
Yeah, I really dig it too.
Allow yourself to fall and surrender. Face your trauma. Face it. Jesus.
We are here.
Is this the real one?
I don't know if this is real. I still can't tell. Oh, this is real.
Stop! I've done nothing to your planet yet.
So scary.
What do you want?
There are 37 of us left. You took our home, so our home is now here.
Whoa.
Let me explain your future to you.
What?
We will live among you. Wear your clothes. Walk your streets.
Oh, creepy. Creepy.
Your people will never know we are here,
Oh my God.
as we use them to birth our salvation.
Holy shit.
Any attempt to find us, to remove us, will result in the death of billions and a less pleasant form of life.
That is so genius. Genius.
Love that subversion.
We will rebuild our race.
Oh my God.
We will not influence, affect, aid, or endanger Earth in any way as long as we are undisturbed.
Oh my God. What an invasion.
Do you and your planet accept my terms, or do you choose annihilation for both our people?
Oh, Robert Kirkman's so smart.
If you think I'll let you live here, let you use us to breed, let you get stronger on my planet after everything you've done.
Mark, you don't have ground to stand on.
No. Never.
What are you going to do about it? You literally can't do anything at this point in your life.
He's so cool. I want an action figure of Thragg.
You're terrified of him.
Is he going to surrender?
Oh.
My answer is
fine.
Yes. I accept your terms.
That is wild.
The universe is strange.
Yes,
In a
it
way,
is.
You've become our savior.
What? Wow. What a stark contrast to our other finales.
You've saved the Viltrumites.
You have saved the lives of every living thing on this planet. You will not hear from me again.
And do you tell anybody about it?
Oh, that is a crazy plan.
You're never going to be rid of that anxiety with a plan like this.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's cool.
You sure you don't want the job?
I already have a job.
Trade you?
You'd hate my job, too.
What's your job?
What's this?
A message from beyond the grave. Thetis left it for you, in case of his.
Yeah, thanks.
Besides, I'll just sex it out of you later.
Alan, I am dead, and if you are not, you have taken my position as head of the Coalition of Planets. I know you will live up to the responsibility I have cursed you with.
Cursed?
The universe will never be safe until all Viltrumite life is ended.
That includes Nolan and Mark.
We have not achieved that goal. I have hidden a terrible weapon of last resort.
Oh, yes.
I only hesitated to use it because it may also strike down those with similar genetics.
What if, like, all the other human half-breeds are all right people?
Use the Scourge virus to finish what I started. Every last Viltrumite must die.
Wow.
Damn, yeah. What if the human half-breeds are, like, get more marks? Reject Nation, let me put the real and real rejects for just a second. I'm not the most hardcore sports guy. I know, hard to believe. However, when I first learned about Prizepicks, that's because my wife and one of my best friends actually liked to use it already. And they were having way more fun watching games than I was. So they bonded with friends with me in the corner. So I was like, all right, what am I missing? How do I get involved so I can bond here? And that's how I found them. And if you guys don't know what Prizepicks is, it's a daily fantasy sports app where you build lineups by picking more or less on player stat projections. You pick between 2 to 6 players, and if your picks are right, you got a shot to win. And what I like is it's simple. My mind has a hard time processing things like this, and it's very simple and easy to use. You don't need to know everything about sports to jump in. It actually made me more engaged watching games, and they've got a ton of sports too. Basketball, baseball, UFC, soccer, even esports. One feature I like is the early payouts. If your player starts going off, you can cash out before the game even ends. They also have flex play, so you can still get paid even if one pick misses. And stacks, where you can pick multiple stats for the same player. Plus, it's available in all 50 states, including California, and withdrawals are fast and secure. So, Reject Nation, you can download the Prizepicks app today and use code REJECTS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code REJECTS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prizepicks, it's good to be right. Ones who are all right, you know, it might be all right ones. But you know, it's not all right not thanking those who have joined our Patreon page. Thank you to you guys who have joined our Patreon page, becoming Royal Rejects, where you get the full reaction watch along, where you sync it with your own copy. Of course, watching this off of Premiere Video. And another great way you can support the channel and Royal Rejects get 50% off our Reject Nation shop is getting some RR apparel. Recently launched this new Daredevil tee.
Look at that. Wow. Look at that. You got Fisk, you got Matt, and you got Bullseye. Art line style. Go check it out. It's a great shirt. I'm very proud of it. Shout out Alex and the artist who helped create this shirt, as well as the many other shirts at regenationshop.com.
That was good.
Thanks, Doc.
Let's talk about Zoe.
Yeah, the most important character of the episode.
Now, how do you feel about this plan? How do you feel about this plan? I like this plan a lot. I'm on Team Thragg now.
Team Thragg?
Hashtag Team Thragg. TT.
Honestly, this was a unexpected but very strong finale. I think the plan is interesting and not at all what I thought was going to happen. It's something that is both very terrifying, but also I understand Mark's decision given how much trauma we saw him experience over the course of the episode with the fake outs, the boy who cried wolf, the boy who cried, Viltrumite trauma.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that this episode, especially with the end, that it really kind of goes to show what this show is really about, which at the end of the day is what does it mean to be a hero? Mm-hmm. What does it mean to do the right thing? What is justice? That goes for both Alan and for Mark and for Omni-Man, or for all three of those characters, and even Cecil is an extension of that. But I think the choice of Mark saying that he will agree to Thragg's terms is a Band-Aid solution for a problem that could be very big at any time if they decide to change their minds. I feel like it is the temporary solution for peace, for saving everybody, but you will never feel safe ever again, which is awful. And yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man, how do you feel? Why did you love it?
Why did I love it?
Yeah. How do you feel about the finale, and how did you feel about the choice at the end?
If 37 Viltrumites each have a child, that is 64 Viltrumites. It's a lot of Viltrumites.
It's a lot of Viltrumites. And that's just assuming if they have one child.
I mean, no, that's 74 Viltrumites.
Oh.
That's so many. It's so many Viltrumites. That's bad.
It is bad. It's, well, I guess half Viltrumites, but still, Mark is very strong, and he's not, even though he's not full-blooded.
Well, I love the structure as you were pointing out. Like, I was like, I don't think there's going to be a big attack or something. I said, that's where I was going, and you were going, I don't think there's going to be, they're faking us out here with these, like, traumatic triggers that Mark keeps having and these visions he keeps having of, like, death before him.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I was going, are they doing this because, A, it's a psychological thing for Mark? I get it. But B, is this their way of getting violence in the episode because we're not going to have violence in the episode? And in some way, we both got what we wanted.
Yeah.
Or expected. Because it completely subverted the expectation of what you expect. After, like, 5 episodes of just, so many episodes of Earth being attacked or a planet being attacked, everything so, like, world stakes heavy or world getting destroyed heavy, to have this showdown in the sky, which is just like a dominant negotiation, because there's so much doom and gloom and somber of everything that was lost and how hard it's been, that they had to sell us on why Mark would agree to this. Because if we didn't get this whole episode, we wouldn't understand why Mark would say yes. We have to really feel what he's feeling and what he's fearing and the loss he's expected. And I thought they did such a good job with that, of committing to the sadness, that by the time you get to this discussion with him and they're doing these intermittent flashes of everything he's fearing that we've been with him on for the last 40 plus minutes, it's like, yeah, of course he would say yes to this. Like, what else is he going to do? You can't, like, fight this guy. And the best he can do is buy some time. And this is the only way you can really buy time. But I love how, like, it's like not Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but kind of, because it's, like, icky. Everyone they're probably impregnating probably has no idea that it's a Viltrum.
Of course not.
No. Or the ones who are getting pregnant or whatever the hell have no idea it's a Viltrum. So, yeah, there's some, like, it's icky, but I just love how, like, messed up and insidious it is, because it's just like, it's a slow plan to conquer, like, freaking 9 months, there could be 70 plus Viltrumites now in 9 months, some of them babies, of course, but then that creates a bigger conflict where, like, as we've seen with Oliver and Mark, not just because you're born a Viltrum doesn't mean you're bad. Just because that's in your blood. It's all about the human choice. So what if, like, the human beings that erupt? What if some of them are actually good? Should they just be wiped out due to this virus then? You know what I mean? So I like the contrast. I like the debate it stirs up. And I like the cliffhanger. I kind of hope there's a time jump next time. I never hope for. I never actually wish for time jumps, and I'm generally not a big fan of time jumps. But I actually hope there's a time jump.
Like, how much time would you want to pass between seasons?
It'd be interesting to get like a year.
A year in, okay.
Or like, yeah, just enough time to be like, how many babies are out there, you know, like, or what's going on. I don't know, but as far as this episode went, I thought it was very mature, and to have Eve actually have the baby aborted, that made sense.
Yeah, it was very real and very mature how they handled that scene, and then the scene following where Mark was expressing his guilt about going out there again when leaving her here by herself, and the fact that he can't. Yeah, he can't have both. He can't be this hero while also being the person who's in the people he loves lives. And what if she has another baby? Then what? And the guilt he felt over that was just so real, and I hadn't seen it tackled in that specific way before.
Yeah. I don't know what words to say that will get us in trouble or not when it comes to YouTube. It's so stupid. You just never know with these things. I know some people get mad at us thinking we're just censoring to censor. But it's like, it sucks when it's like 1 second because we said one word and the whole thing's demonetized. It's annoying. So I'm trying to tiptoe around my words carefully here. Is that there was a part, like I completely understand why Eve would make that decision, especially because she knows the game so well of everything that's entailed, and she knows what's at stake.
Yeah.
And the dangers that erupt, and how alone she is too. And it's like just feeling like we're not ready. Like, so I support, you know, my body, my choice when it comes to women. And one thing I liked exploring in this episode was what it can do to the father of the child.
Yeah.
You know, of seeing how that can affect them. Like I know when we talk about this subject, of course, it is the woman's body, the woman's choice. Seeing what the man was going through and the guilt that he was feeling. It was an interesting perspective to actually see, you know.
Yeah, because it's like this interesting line. Because on one hand, you know, you want to be there for the woman who you had potentially would have had a child with, but on the other hand, this is also information that you're learning, and you know, it takes two people to create new life, and he had to deal with his own guilt and grief about the fact that he lost a child with Eve. But, you know, it's, again, at the end of the day, Eve's choice. But then that put into context even further that he feels that he should be on Earth in case things like this happen, because he feels horrible not being present in her life for big major things.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the complications. I like the complication with Debbie and Mark, Debbie and Omni-Man as well, because like when she first goes out there to scold him, it's almost as if like a lot of the percentage of her motive to go out there is to genuinely get mad at him, and the other part is an excuse to talk to him. You know what I mean? Like you can feel that thing that you know couples or post couples have. Or someone who you have like a really complicated dynamic with, where you only know how to talk to them by expressing your anger and frustration. But there's this other part of you that has that soft spot for them still. So that's what's making her go to him, and she's not admitting that to herself. And I think the show's being very apparent about that. Like she finds the words, of course, like it's all a lot of multiple things can be true at once. So like I do believe she's going there for Oliver. There's also that percentage, though. I say percentage. There's a percentage that probably wants to spend some time with Omni-Man and see if he's an all right guy still. You know, maybe she can forgive him. You know, so and I like that she never says that, but we can tell. You know?
The way that they were able to animate that quick switch in her expression when Omni-Man was talking, but also the way that Sandra Oh was able to use her voice to display that subtext of, I'm mad at you, but I'm going to this reluctantly because part of me does still care about you. And yeah, just great job on the animators and the actresses part for being able to illustrate that, because I feel like that's something that would likely be harder to animate in that nuance to do an animated show. But yeah, the way they're able to walk that line is fascinating, and I'm very curious to see if they do end up getting back together in spite of everything, and what does that do to Debbie? And like, are you able to embrace a relationship if you decide to go that route? We don't know if that's going to happen. It seems that way, but if you do, can you still live a life knowing all the things you went through in seasons 2 and 3, and how many people were hurt, and like the thing that happened at AA, and just all of the grief you went through? Can you overcome that in the belief that this man that you used to know is a better man? And do you want to know this new man that through this journey of trying to save your son or go get your son?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Overall, this season, in true Invincible fashion, is so much happened.
Yeah.
I think there's some of the highs that this show has ever been, some new mature depths that the show's never gone to, and I respect of how much they experimented. Do you think this was one of its more disjointed seasons in totality?
For sure. It felt like 2 seasons. Like the first half was like this disjointed, like, okay, what are we doing? And then we have the demon episode that still has not paid off. They never mentioned what happened in that episode outside of the episode itself.
Completely forgot about Rudy. Like, oh yeah, that thing.
Oh yeah, Monster Girl and Rudy are like in some other planet right now.
Yeah, because there's so much going on, and then like they got the Titan shit out of the way so early on.
Yeah, we'll get them in 2 seasons.
There's so many things to like wrap up, and things are like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, and it just goes to the translation of an ongoing comic book series versus a TV show, and how many things can you address and wrap up within a single season of television? Because I imagine it didn't play out that way in the books itself, but because you have to truncate this into 8 episodes, you don't have the freedom to be able to do that. But they do have a habit of setting things up seasons earlier and then going to pay them off, like the whole Mummy running joke, and then obviously we went back to Damien Darkblood.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's very much a comic book, but I still feel like there's the focus of each season was a little bit stronger, even when you would zigzag to other plot lines. Like thematically and everything, it kind of all seemed to. This one seemed to be a lot more about world stakes than ever before.
Yeah,
because there was so much like worlds we go into, worlds being destroyed, Earth getting attacked nonstop. Like a lot of these choices and a lot of themes that we have explored before. And I still like this season a lot. I did, and I will of course rewatch it and lead up to season 5.
Yeah.
And again, some of the highs that I think some of the greatest episodes of Invincible have come in this season. So and Thragg, the hype is real for sure. Like, he is truly terrifying, and it's nice to have like a villain that is not killed or loses in the end.
Yeah, and I appreciate the complexities of his character, because I feel like with a antagonist like the Viltrumites, it can run the risk of feeling kind of one note. But the fact that he is more strategic in the way that he thinks and operates as the leader of the Viltrumites is very fascinating, because the whole episode and the whole last episode, we were dreading them coming and destroying Earth in revenge. But like, no, that's not how they became this conquering, nation across the galaxy. They are strategic. They're strong, obviously, but their brains and the way that they operate are just as much of a weapon as their physicality is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were in Mark's shoes, would you tell Cecil and your dad that you made this deal?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just bought time. They have to find out. I'd be surprised if Mark doesn't say anything.
I don't think this is the end, but I'm just like, you made this choice on behalf of the human race.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, what does that do to you? And like, and even though you made this deal, are the other people in your life going to agree with this deal in these terms?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, in this world, it seems like the same cities in this Earth get like thousands of people wiped out on a weekly basis.
The fact that they can rebuild it all is incredible.
Well, it's like it's weird because it's a comic book world, and death and world destruction is such a thing in comic book worlds. But this season seemed to talk a lot about genocide. Like you start off the season with the dinosaur character,
yeah,
and of course the dinosaur era, them being completely wiped out, and then the themes of should we kill, should we not kill, and that's what Mark's kind of contending with, and then you end it with Alan having the choice of do I commit an act of genocide or not, even at the cost of killing a bunch of good people. So there's a lot of these conversations of a time to kill and a time not to kill. Don't really know where it lands, but that's what I like about Invincible. They often present themes that are more about having a conversation than they are about having a conclusion.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it's complex in its narrative themes without being without making fun of the genre. It's very earnest in the way that it depicts things without trying to diminish what makes the genre appealing.
True that, man. True that. Well, guys, Invincible season 4. Right? 4?
Season 4.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Episode 8 wrapped up. What did you guys think? Not enough bang bang for you?
On the bang for your buck?
Leave your thoughts down below. Appreciate you guys being here. You stay sexy, San Francisco. We'll see you next year. And watch all the other videos we have, too. We got others. Peace out.